This is the video review for the Star Wars Transformers Crossovers basic Obi Wan Kenobi figure. This is a small figure. It's about the size of a Transformers Scout figure, but it's $10. The only reason I got this is because nothing else was available, and I was kind of curious about how good these things were because they looked a lot better than the $15 figures. But see, here's the thing. This is $10 and it's super tiny. For $5 more, you get a figure that looks just as good and quite honestly is as good. That's 4 times as big about. And when I say as good, that's a comparative. They still suck. I mean, at least with the $15 figures, you get a pretty big vehicle that, won't stay together any better than this will, but it's bigger. More plastic you can use for other things. Anyway, the vehicle mode looks pretty nice from most angles looking down and kinda to the side. But that's not really a good thing about this, because this is a Star Wars Transformers crossover figure. And the problem with these is that the vehicle modes take as few flaws as possible. And as a result, the transformation and the robot modes take every single flaw possible. And even that being said, the vehicle modes are typically pretty poor because usually you can see the entire robot on the underside. And that's the case here. Now, if this were a $5 figure, I think this thing were great because, well, it would cost about what it's worth. $5 for a peek at something a little bit different. But for $10, it's like, no way. Well, the price aside, the things I do like is that it comes with 2 lightsabers, and they look like some kind of refined exhaust. And I like how they look coming out of the engines. They somehow transcend looking like lightsabers stuck in the ass of a vehicle. And I do like that. And there's a nice little R2 sculpted in here, and that's where it ends. To transform, first put up this landing gear. Take out the lightsabers. Pop this up. Fold these back. And then rest this on top of them. Pull the arms out. Pull the legs down. And then fold the feet down. And you get a crappy looking, bow-legged Obi Wan Kenobi, who can barely stand, because if you look at his feet, they're not flat. The only way that you can get him to stand using his heel is if he's standing on here and here, meaning his toes are completely useless. And then he has all this kibble on the back. It's like, you really expect anyone to be able to pose this? Oh, good God. Well, for poseability, he has a head that turns, he has ball-jointed shoulder joints, and actually, the use of ball joints at all is an improvement on this figure over any of the previous Star Wars figures, because those things use octagonal ratchets where it's like here, here, and here for the ratchet end. Those things suck. You can never get anything posed any kind of decent way. Well, anyway, ball-jointed forward, back, out. This turns here. He has an elbow, legs are ball jointed, knees are ball jointed, and kind of double jointed. And then the foot has a wide range of movement for all it's worth. He also has can bend outward like this at the foot, or at the knee. So he has a range of motion. It's just most of it's not useful. Which really is the problem with Star Wars figures. They typically have all the poseability they need, they just can't use it. This one has everything he needs and can use it except for his horrible feet. So he could be an improvement if he didn't suck. Now, I do like these lightsabers. They're small, they're well detailed, they're well painted, and they're just about the only impressive thing about this figure. And the final flaw I have is this little landing gear bit, this landing skid, just stays on the inside of his thigh, and that bugs the hell out of me, because there's nothing you can do with it. And those are my thoughts. It's a crappy figure, not worth anyone's time. Thank you for watching.